So let's make everyone hear us when we say it. Take to the street in protest of Zionist plans to further ethnically cleanse the Salim, more than what they took in 1948. Shame. We saw protests erupt in the villages of Shahleen, Dehanna, Al-Raba, and in these protests, we saw 6 martyrs. And this was a clarifying moment for us. genocide, who are speaking up for Palestine. And all of these are intimidation tactics by Israel, by the US, and their allies. Shame! Again, when we look at everything altogether, everything that's happening in Palestine, in the region, or in the West and on Turtle Island, we can see that the Zionist entity is trying to isolate the Palestinians from the rest of the world. Shame! They're trying to do that because they saw glimpses of our power over the past 17, 18 months. They're trying to erase the Palestinian identity and Palestinian history. And again, we will stand up to them. We will let them know that our people, the Palestinian people, are not alone. They have the rest of the world backing them. And we do have the power to change. But in order to recognize that power, mobilizing is not enough. We need to do more. Because as I said, it's a historic moment. We need to do more by organizing our community, by organizing ourselves. That's how we are. That's how we recognize human power. We're going to continue the march now. Again, us being here today is the bare minimum that we can do. Us being here today is a testament to what we're seeing today from everyone. We all have more power than this, and we need to use it to end the genocide of our people. The First Nation Sudanese mother position, who is a longtime advocate for land back, abolish the police, and to free Palestine. Please welcome Dr. Suzanne.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Suzanne. I'm a doctor, a mother, a daughter, a strong Spanish woman, and a beautiful Sudanese father. That day made me come together to speak out against land theft and occupation of Palestine, and to commemorate the Palestinians who were killed for this cause. As Indigenous people, this is a cause that is very close to our hearts. The idea cannot be created racial oppression and democracy. Civilized land and to settle absolute control life and rights of Indigenous people and lands. This system was exported globally, from the Jim Crow South to apartheid South Africa to Israel. My mother's ancestors had to survive, settle slowly, a period of time known as the Great Dying, for me to be here today.
in Turtle Island. John A. Macdonald, Canada's first Prime Minister, his words: "When the school is on the reserve, the child lives with its parents who are savages. He is simply a savage. Indian children should be withdrawn as much as possible from the parental influence to acquire habits of the white man." That is Canada's history. That disgusting dehumanization was the prerequisite for subsequent genocide of our Indigenous people. Macdonald changed policies to systematically starve Indigenous people to clear Western Canada for settlement. And yet it was not until 2019, more than 150 years after John A. Macdonald was Canada's first Prime Minister, that Justin Trudeau acknowledged, "We accept this was genocide." Despite this, of the 231 calls of the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, as of last year, the Assembly of First Nations found only 2 of the calls had been fully implemented. And despite Canada's perpetrating a genocide against Indigenous people, it fails to recognize it is actively supporting one in Gaza. But dispossession and ethnic cleansing have been the story of Israel since its creation. Don't take my word for it. The very first Prime Minister of Israel, Ben-Gurion, in 1937, in his own words he said, "We must expel the Arabs, take their places. If we have to use force, then force is at our disposal." And even today, leaders in Israel are open about their genocidal intent. The current president, Isaac Herzog, says there are no innocent civilians in Gaza. Not only are they talking about committing a genocide, they are committing a genocide. Tens of thousands of children killed. No aid in Gaza for over 3 weeks. Every hospital in Gaza bombed. Mosques bombed. Schools bombed. Over 90% of residential buildings bombed. Infectious disease outbreaks due to the targeting of sewage and water infrastructure. Every action of the Israeli military deliberately targeting every aspect of Palestinian life with the goal of extermination. I saw the genocide in Gaza with my own eyes. Even with a trickle of aid coming in when I was there, the children were starving. At the time I was there, Save the Children said 96% of the population in Gaza was food insecure. Now there's been no aid for more than 3 weeks. 100% of the population is food insecure and starving. Everybody in Gaza is starving because Israel has an intentional policy to starve the Palestinians. And I ask you, does that sound familiar? John A. Macdonald developed policies here in the same way against Indigenous people to starve them. Every human rights organization says Israel is committing genocide. Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, United Nations, hundreds of genocide scholars, they all say this is genocide. And the International Court of Justice says countries must do everything in their power to make it stop. And yet, we are here, 539 days into an ongoing genocide. Canada's General Dynamics is still shipping artillery to Israel. The Israeli genocidal force soldiers who commit war crimes then return to Canada, not a single one of them has been arrested. Has Canada closed the embassy? No. Has Canada recalled its diplomats in Israel? No. Has Canada sanctioned any of the politicians in Israel? No. Canada could not possibly have done less and continues to support Israel in genocide in Gaza. Hide your head in shame. Now, just last week, an entire team of paramedics from the Red Crescent Society was found murdered in Rafah. The Israeli military opened fire on them as they were going to treat the wounded. Their equipment and vehicles also targeted and destroyed by the Israeli military. The team leader, Anwar al-Attar, his brother is a good friend of mine and used to run one of the hospitals in Rafah. His brother's body was found torn apart. Since Israel has violated the ceasefire and accelerated their genocide a few weeks ago, there have been dozens of aid workers killed. From UNRWA, World Central Kitchen, and the UK charity Al-Kar Foundation, 8 of their care workers were killed while they were setting up tents. Dr. Hassam Abu Safia, illegally detained by the Israeli genocidal force December 27, 2024, still held with no charges. And yet he is one of thousands of Palestinians illegally detained and held in Israeli prisons, hundreds of whom are children. Where are the calls of our leaders to release those illegally held in Israeli prisons? Where are the calls to release political prisoners who are held because they stand up against Israel's occupation, apartheid, and genocide? But we are here. Those of us in Canada who stand up against the genocidal Israeli government, we will not stop until Turtle Island and Palestine are free. To those of us who try to harm us, we are not scared of you. You should be scared of us. To the cowardly work bosses who suspend or fire their staff for speaking up against genocide. Cowards, and we are not scared of you. You should be scared of us. To the police, to the RCMP, who beat and arrest our Indigenous leaders, who prosecute peaceful protests. We are not scared of you. You should be scared of us. You cowards told us you wouldn't look in the Prairie Green landfill. We fought you until you did, so our sisters Morgan Harris and Mercedes Moran could be laid to rest. To CSIS, who is here taking our photographs, I know who I am. I'm a doctor, I'm a father, I'm a humanitarian. CSIS, you're an organization that had to settle a 2017 lawsuit because of anti-Muslim discrimination, racism, and homophobia. We are here because we will not remain silent when faced with genocide. You see my face? I'm not scared of you. These people here, they're not scared of you. We're on the right side of history. To our government, who tries to ban protest, to change the law, to prosecute speech against genocide, continues to violate the rights of Indigenous people all across Turtle Island. To our government, you are cowards supporting genocide. I say to you, we are not scared of you. You should be scared of us. Our courage comes from watching the heroism and bravery of our Indigenous brothers and sisters, from Wet'suwet'en land supporters, land defenders in Yinta, to the Mohawk warriors in Oka, and our Palestinian brothers and sisters in Gaza. All have fought against the brutality of their oppressors. We ally with them. We will continue to fight until there is justice and peace for all our Indigenous brothers and sisters from Turtle Island to Palestine. End the genocide. Lift the siege on Gaza. There must be immediate and unimpeded access to humanitarian aid. All political prisoners must be freed now. From the river to the sea, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, Turtle Island will be free. We won't be quiet, we won't hide until you stop the genocide.
Thank you for your words, Comrade Doctor. His words it signifies that when we say from Turtle Island to Palestine, it's not just a slogan. This is a tangible shared struggle. We know what this Canadian government stands for. And that's why on April 12th, we'll be marching, hopefully in the tens of thousands on Parliament Hill to make our demands heard, to force our demands as Palestinians for an arms embargo.
Right now, we are being stopped by these services. We are trying to control where we go. And what do we say to that? We say, who's straight?
As we approach Eid tomorrow, let's remember that we have hundreds of thousands of injured Palestinians in less than the West Bank. Just an hour ago, the IOF called families from Jerusalem, refugee camp, to leave their houses because they're going to destroy them. Share! The attacks on the refugee camps in Palestine are attacks on our right of return. Share! What these Zionists don't know is that we're gonna keep fighting until we return to a free Palestine. Let's also remember the over 10,000 Palestinian political prisoners that we know of that are being tortured and raped on a daily basis. Share! Our liberation will not be complete without the liberation of all Palestinian prisoners.
We have our next speaker, our comrade Ali Nasser from Al-Qadik in Arabic.
I would like to do my speech in Arabic so we make it harder for Zionists to understand. And they have to take time to use Google or something, so I'll try to use some very clear words. السلام على فلسطين، السلام على كل التراب، السلام على 27,000 كيلو متر مربع ويزيد، السلام على نهرها وبحرها، على جبالها وسهولها وصحرائها، السلام على غزة، على أطفال غزة ونسائها ورجالها وشيوخها، السلام على شهداء غزة وفلسطين، وعلى آلاف الجثامين الطاهرة تحت الركام والتي ما زالت تنتظر منذ 17 شهرا أن تدفن، السلام على جرحى غزة التي قطعت أطرافهم بأسلحة أمريكية وأوروبية وخضعوا للجراحة من غير تخدير، السلام على اللاجئين، السلام على اللاجئين الذين هجروا مرة تلو مرة في طول كرم وفي جنين، السلام على الذين خطوا خارطة فلسطين بدمائهم ولم تمنعهم الحدود والوعود، السلام على من قالوا لا في وجه من قال نعم. نقف اليوم في ذكرى يوم الأرض الخالد في 30 من آذار من العام 76 حين قامت قوات الاحتلال بمصادرة آلاف الدنمات من أراضي الفلسطينيين في أرضنا المحتلة عام 48. حينها انتفض شعبنا كعادته من الجليل إلى النقب مقدما الشهداء والجرحى مخضبا بدمه تراب فلسطين، مؤكدا على استعداده الدائم للتضحية والفداء في سبيل حريته وأرضه. وها نحن اليوم نشهد أكثر المراحل خطورة منذ نكبتنا الفلسطينية واحتلال فلسطين على يد العصابات الصهيونية وبدعم من قوى الاستعمار في العالم. ففي نكبتنا قبل 77 عاما احتل العدو الأرض واقتلع الناس وهجرهم ودمر مئات القرى والمدن وحاول محوها من الوجود. وفي العام 67 وفي نكستنا استمر العدو في مشروعه الاستعماري باحتلال الأرض واقتلاع أهلها. وكذلك في 30 من آذار انتفض شعبنا في الداخل المحتل. لماذا؟ لأن هذا الكيان يمارس دوره الاستعماري الإحلالي باحتلال مزيد من الأرض واقتلاع الناس. هل شبع الاحتلال يوما من أرضنا ولحمنا ودمنا؟ هل شبع الاحتلال يوما من فلسطين؟ والشواهد أمامكم اليوم: توسع إلى الجولان وسوريا، وشمالا إلى لبنان، وما يزال بل يريد المزيد. وكما قال الشاعر توفيق زياد: هنا على صدوركم باقون كالجدار، في كل مزرعة نحن سنحيا كالحجار، في كل مأذنة حبا وعهدا واعتذار. أما عندما تنازل المتنازلون في أوسلو وطبع المطبعون لم يتبقى من الضفة الغربية سوى 1%، بل وتحولت إلى كنتونات صغيرة محاطة بعشرات المغتصبات و1000 حاجز وحاجز ومئات الآلاف من المستوطنين. واليوم وبعد 77 عاما على نكبتنا وبعد 49 عاما على يوم الأرض، ماذا يفعل هذا الكيان؟ يمارس دوره الإحلالي التهجيري فيسعى إلى اقتلاع أهل غزة بعد أن ارتكب واحدة من أفظع الإبادات الجماعية وعلى مرأى العالم أجمع بالصوت والصورة، بل وبدعم ترامبي لا محدود وصمت وخذلان عربي وإسلامي وعالمي إلا من بضع دول شجاعة آمنت وتؤمن بحق الشعب الفلسطيني بالحرية والاستقلال وتقرير المصير. وماذا يفعل الاحتلال في الضفة؟ يهجر المهجرين ويطرد اللاجئين من مخيماتهم. وماذا يفعل في سوريا؟ وفي جنوب لبنان. وماذا عن خططه للأردن؟ لا، وبل أصبحوا وبكل وقاحة اليوم يتحدثون عن المشروع الاستعماري الأكبر نحو إسرائيل الكبرى الممتدة من النيل إلى الفرات. فلسطين كانت وما زالت وستبقى أرض لأهلها الذين هم ملح الأرض. فلسطين كانت وستبقى مهدا للأنبياء والديانات، تحب من أحبها وتبغض من احتلها. فلسطين التي تتسع للجميع وتضيق على المحتلين الغاصبين. وليقرأ الصهاينة، ليقرأوا التاريخ جيدا وليعلموا نهاية من جاءوا إلى فلسطين محتلين مغتصبين. وكما قال شاعرنا الراحل درويش: سنطردهم من إناء الزهور وحبل الغسيل، سنطردهم عن حجارة هذا الطريق الطويل، سنطردهم من هواء الجليل.
That the Zionist entity is continuing to commit a genocide against our people in Gaza. They're continuing to expand the land theft, ethnic cleansing, and colonization of the West Bank. Shame! Our people in Palestine, in Syria, Lebanon, Yemen are facing the most extreme forms of imperialist powers. The people and the children are being fleeced with bombs on their heads. Shame! In the same moment that the emergency unit of Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis was bombed, Israel... Shame! In the same moment that Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis was bombed by Israel and lit on fire, the U.S. struck Yemen, murdering dozens of people. Many of them are children. Shame! These escalations across the Arab world are impacting all of our people. Israel has continued to bomb parts of Syria, trying to control Syria's resources and taking more land in the Golden Heights, while at the same time continuing to bomb the south of Lebanon, even after a so-called ceasefire. Shame! We are not here to recount every tragedy, every heartbreak, every destruction. We know that all our martyrs across the Arab world are an entire universe. Every martyr has a story. There are lives, many just beginning, that an arms embargo would have saved. They are the soul of our souls, our beloved people who steadfastly stand and stood against 500 days of genocide, only for the Zionist entity to steal that from them, to rob them from the chance to rebuild. Shame! Now is the time to block those pipelines that continue to make the genocide possible and to stop the wheels of this killing machine in its tracks. Now is the time to make Zionism, occupation, and genocide untenable for those people. Of our people across the Arab world, we have continued to show up side by side, shoulder to shoulder, honoring our martyrs, uplifting the right to resist. We are far away from our people, but we know our responsibility in the West. We know we have a duty to use the power of the masses to do everything we can to fight this genocidal war machine. We need to exhaust every avenue, every tactic, every strategy. Look around you. The masses are among you. We have the power to demand a two-way arms embargo in Canada. We have the power to pressure our politicians to secure an arms embargo. Over 150 political candidates have already signed onto the Vote Palestine, our electoral campaign that demands a two-way arms embargo. You made that happen. You showing up month after month, week after week, day after day, you have made it happen. This campaign we built power in every avenue of our struggle. We are making Palestine unavoidable for Canadian politicians. And if they do not support a two-way arms embargo to end the genocide in Gaza and across the Arab world, and we, the people, we, the masses, will not vote for them into any electoral positions. We have the power in our hands. Party candidates will not get away with remaining complicit in the genocide of our people. This federal election, we are putting Palestine on the ballot. We know that Canada is complicit in genocide. Canada has been using our tax dollars to arm and protect Israelis as it commits genocide in Gaza and further its occupation in the West Bank. And we will not allow that to happen. We will stand up day after day. We will take over the streets every weekend, every day if that's what's needed from us to ensure that a two-way arms embargo happens within our lifetime. Every inch of Gaza is rebuilt. Our work continues until every university, every hospital, every school in Gaza is built brick by brick. Our work continues until every prisoner embraces their loved ones, until every prisoner is free, until every prisoner sees the destruction of Zionist prisons that have murdered, maimed, and tortured thousands of prisoners before them. Our work continues until every inch of Palestine is free, until every olive tree is replanted, until every refugee returns home. That is what Land Day is about. Land Day is about our people's commitment to remain on their land no matter the circumstance, no matter the price, no matter the escalation. Our people remain steadfast in 1948. They remained steadfast in 1967, in 2011, 2014, 2018, 2021. Our people are remaining steadfast now in the West Bank, in Gaza, across all of historic Palestine. Even amidst ongoing mass displacement, tens of thousands of Gazans returned to their demolished homes at the very first opportunity, carrying nothing but tents on their back. The steadfastness of our people in Gaza and their commitment to the cause is what scares Israel the most and why they are intent on crushing our people. Whether in occupied Palestine or in the diaspora, Land Day signifies the commitment Palestinians have for their land. We will never relent. We will never give up our fight to return to our homes and remain on our land from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. Own liberation, we have the means to contribute to our struggle, whether it be through rallies like this one, fundraising campaigns, whether it be through electoral campaigns. We have to utilize every avenue, every tactic, every strategy to confront Zionism in every space that it occupies. All of us here across our chapters in the US, across our chapters worldwide, we have raised almost $2 million for our people. Possible through donations from all of you here today, all of the people across the Western world, and we allow our people to be able to rebuild on their own terms. No foreign aid is going to place conditions on our people's rebuilding. No foreign aid is going to say you cannot build infrastructure in a particular way. We are building the infrastructure. The people in Gaza will rebuild Gaza on their own terms. And even after our inevitable global liberation, inshallah, our work continues for our homeland and for our people. And we know that the end of Zionism can only be achieved through mass organizing, collective work. It's through work that is consistent, it is through work that is organized, and that's what we're here for today. We need to get organized. We have to get organized. Our struggle depends on it. Our liberation depends on it. And with that, I'll leave you with the fact that on April 12th, thousands of Canadians across Canada are going to be joining side by side, shoulder to shoulder, to ensure that when we walk on Parliament Hill, we walk together, we make it clear to the Canadian government, we will not allow them to remain complicit in Israel's genocide. There will be protests in Prince Edward Island, protests in Vancouver. Will they will bring people from Calgary, from Edmonton? There will be protests in Halifax. April 12th, there will be a protest Canada-wide to ensure we make our voices loud and clear. We want you on April 12th on Parliament Hill to make our voices even louder, our voices even more clear. Inshallah, we will see the liberation of Palestine in our lifetime.
Thank you for always coming out, showing this government and this city that the people united will never be defeated. We will be ending right here. Thank you so much for showing up, and we will see you April 12th in Ottawa, inshallah.